All the project files that I will break down are available in the link provided below. Hello everyone, welcome back to Vision Studios, and today I have not one scene but two scenes in particular to show to you, and all the other client project breakdowns are available on the channel, so you can binge watch all of these if you want to learn more about Fusion and how I did that client project. Now, of course, we are not showcasing everything that we made, but some of the best things, or you can say some of the major good scenes. Now, again, the scenes which I have today, I already have done every major scene which I wanted to do. Major not in terms of complexity or anything else, but major in terms of the things that I have done in that, like this card animation over here, 3D text. I have done all of this in my previous comps too. So in case you want to learn about more that, you can check those videos. But today we'll be doing the breakdown of these two comps. So to get started with, let's do with this one first. Over here, as you can see, I started up, everything is organized, okay, and it's in perfect underlay. In case you want a file, again, it's in description. To start with, I have this background underlay first of all, and over here you can see what's happening. I have made the background itself. So right now my timeline resolution, you can say, is 4K 3840 by 2160. And again, this would be very fast paced and not a good tutorial, you can say. It will be like that only. I will not be wasting any second. Let's start off with the background itself. So how I made that was with simple text. Okay, I have this, no, so you seen his name over here. In this text, you can see what I did was, if I open inspector, I just written his name 3 times like this. All right, why I did that, I'll show you. Then with duplicate, I duplicated this again and again. Then after this, with merge, you can see over here what is happening. Well, nothing, because this is just put on a background, simple 4K background. Then with transform, I rotated its angle and also changed its edges to wrap and reduce the size of it, so that we get this kind of an animation. Now for the animation part, I'll come back to text again, and here what you can see is it's moving like this. So basically I made sort of a kinetic background, kinetic type of background, and I did that with this interaction of my values, and I animated that, nothing else. Okay, then I put this background beneath our text. How I did that was with, again, taking the background, changing the type to gradient and type to radial, and then putting some colors. That's it. With vignette onto it, it looked something like this. And this is really big, guys. Like in 3D space, if I show you, I again made it in like 3D space only using this image in 3D. This is a node by which you can transform your 2D things into 3D. All right. Then with transform 3D, you can see I have increased its size massively. Then put it on top, onto the merge. On this merge, I have attached this camera. The camera is animated from 0, like these things are default, but in transform you can see it is animated. All right. Then if I showcase the render of it, it looks something like this. Pretty basic, pretty simple till now, right? Okay, easy peasy, right? Then with cards, I have done the same thing over here. This is the same underlay, same background. I have explained everything about this into my previous video, so you can check that out. But just to give you an overview, I had these 2D videos. I put this into image plane 3D. All right, I made some shape with default nodes of Fusion and put it behind it to make a cube out of them. Then again with transform, I just animated those, and after everything on the renderer, these looks something like this. All right. Also, I have not enabled my checker underlay, that's why it was showing black. So these look something like this. Okay. Then shadow part, again I have explained, but to give you a brief overview about it, I just took the light rays, then put it into the bitmap. Channel will be luminance, then black background mask, and we have the shadows. It's that simple. Then everything together looks something like this. This is the background, these are the cards which pops up, and then we'll have the text lastly. This is the text. First one is our, okay, it's not this one. First one is our 2016, so 2016. Follow modifier has been enabled, okay, as you can see, and the follower delay is to 3. Then if I go to transform, you can see the rotation has been done. So from 5th frame to 20th, it's something like this, and 25th, it's like this. Then with merge, I added the camera, then in renderer, with the animation of camera itself, boom, very smooth and very great, right? Then again, added the shadows behind it. These are the shadows, but before that, I also added the ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion just gives us the shadows, that's it, nothing else. The deepest layer of the shadow is known as ambient occlusion. I put it on top of this so that we have those black shadow. Okay, then same thing with this text. Let me just do Control A and hit F so that wherever the text is, it just makes that pivot point. Again, the follow modifier has been enabled in this follower. The delay is to 3. The size, I guess, is animated in the shading panel. Yes, it is animated from 105th frame to something like this, and it is animated in this manner, which looks great. Nothing else has been done. Okay, so the rotation is also changed, rotation and size, that's it. Then this is also having its own ambient occlusion. Both ambient occlusion and text together looks something like this. Looks great to me. Then this group is for edge detect. Edge detect is for the glowiness, you can say. And if I close this group again, wait, let me show you everything like this. And same way I've added the shadows of this text too with light rays, bitmap and background. And the output looks something like this, with edge detect and shadows. And everything together lastly looks something like this. But again, post processing hasn't been done. OFX stuff hasn't been added. Now, this already looks so cool, but then we added this lens distortion, okay, to distort a little bit. Then that dirt effect, I've explained this too in my previous video, to get that lens dirt effect. Then I have this glow, little bit, not too much. Then again, soft glow. I tried to add that aperture diffraction, but then I removed it. Prism blur, vignette, film grain, and finally, this clip looks something like this. Well, that's it about that one. Let's change our clip to this one. So it's not just you, but many people like this clip because, again, this clip was done by the team, not just me, okay? So we together made this shot. To give you the basic overview, let me show you. First, we made this poster, okay, inside the Fusion itself. Now, this video will be very long if I explain everything, but we just took the paper, then displaced it, that would be brightness contrast, put it onto the background, apply modus multiply, then same thing with the border to add border, then text, again another text. I added a mask using an image, and then lastly changing its rotation. That's it. So we had this poster, right? The plan was that we need to add a poster which is swinging in air, but how do we do that in Fusion itself? So my method in Fusion is this one. You take the image, all right, add into the image plane 3D, then with Blender 3D, settings are somewhat like this. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it looks fine, right? You can use this. It's not that it's unusable. You can use this, okay? But what we did in our final comp is used in Blender. In Blender, we did the cloth simulation, and with Wind Force, we made an Alembic file, okay, and brought it into the Fusion, and in Fusion, it looked something like this. If I'll play it, just a moment, you can see Alembic. So it looks something like this. This is more realistic again because it is done by physics simulation in a 3D software. This is not that realistic, but it can do the work. It's done in Fusion with the Blender node. Okay. Now everything is again available in the link provided below. If you want these nodes or if you want to know everything, you can get the file and check out yourself. Then we took that poster and also the shadow of it. Again, the shadow is, see, this is little complex, so I will apologize if in case you are not understanding anything, but I can just show you this much. So yeah, with shadow pass and this one, it looks something like this. All right, the poster in Render 3D, again with camera animated, something like this, right? So this was for the poster, but we added pins on top of it. Before that, I would like to show you how I made the background. This is the image I thought to first use, but I didn't use it. I used this image, then with edge detect, getting those details a little bit back, even though it's blurry. Added this still shift blur and this still shift blur. Both of these, I'll show you why. Then I added a rectangular mask in between to just blur this part out. Then with brightness contrast, change the color and contrast a little bit. Again, putting into 3D, transform, duplicate, and then putting into this merge, render, vignette, and finally it looked something like this, like the background itself. Camera animated, it looks something like this. All right. Now you see why I put that mask on total shift blur, because I used duplicate 3D node. Then to show you the pins, how I made the pins, again with this image, edge detect, transform, putting it into 3D, transform, duplicating it, renderer. This is for the shadow. Added the shadows of pins, and everything together looks something like this. So right now, with camera animation, all these three elements, the background, the pins, and the poster, look something like this. All right. But here comes the crazy part. This is something which I also did. This was something new for me. I added particles. This was my emission box in B emitter. Settings are like this. You can copy if you want, but I'll say don't do that. Make your own. Then only you will learn. With P directional force, added gravity. P turbulence, added to that you know what turbulence is, basically noisy wind. Then with P renderer and renderer, the output looked something like this. Also in P emitter we use just blob. I first thought to use real dust with bitmap, but that would just eat up my PC. Then everything put together looks something like this. Also in this renderer you can see my depth of field is enabled, so accumulation effects is checked. That's why we are getting such beautiful image. The particles in the front are blurring up, so it's creating that nice bokeh. All right. Then we are done with the scene itself. Then we had that lens distortion, lens reflection, vignette, soft glow, another soft glow, aperture diffraction, that lens dirt, prism blur, film grain, and finally media out. This scene looks something like this. I know you guys will be abusing me right now because I went too fast with this one and just showed it like this. But understand guys, I had to show this to you because this is client work and I can't show you everything in detail. I hope you will understand that. But in case you want the file, again the link is provided below. You can purchase that file and learn everything from scratch. Okay, everything is organized. It's not that messy, I guess, even though I am messy in life, but yeah, whatever. So that's it for this one. And now our client project breakdown series is closed. This was the last episode of it. I guess this is the fourth one in which I explained 2 comps to you, which is pretty fine. In case you want to learn Fusion or motion graphics, then again you can learn from the best of the best. Who is better than us? So the link will be again in the description below. There will be a mail us, and we will be seeing how things will go on from there. Again, if you have some business inquiries or if you want your video to be get done by us, again same mail, is for that. So that's it. Anything related to business or anything, link in description. Also, I just wanted to ask one thing. I'm thinking to do live stream in recent times, even though I'm still busy with some client project, but I'm thinking to do an hour of a live stream in which I might share what I'm making, or we'll discuss something, but we'll see that. So what are your thoughts on it? And that will be the first time. I know I told about this earlier too, and you guys were so excited about it, but I didn't do it. But you know, guys, it was all about because I was busy. I was not getting the time, and I'm still not getting it. But I will try my best. If it is possible, then I'll do it. If not, so I'm really sorry for that. I apologize. But this is the best I can do for you guys. So yeah, what you can do for me in return is just like this video, share this video with your editor friends or motion graphics artist friends, or whoever you wanna share this with. Just share this video, comment down below, give good feedback. It helps in engagement, and yeah, that's it. Even though I think that it is good content, but still it doesn't get that much views. But if I had to do it for views, then I would have left doing this job much earlier. But I don't do this for views itself, but more because to explain everything to my younger self. So yeah, this is for that person, and I hope that person will find this video and it will be helpful for him. Okay, that's it. See you. Bye bye.